Hi, I'm Natalie, golf fitness trainer. This is the ProFit Golf channel, and in this video I have an exercise to help you beat and fix the hip sway in the backswing. So if you find you've been swaying in your backswing, A, it's really annoying, and B, I bet you've already tried to fix it. Maybe you've been having lessons where you've been working on the technique side of things, and typically the most common thing is to have something propped up next to the hip. So right hip if you're a right-handed golfer, and a left would be on the left side of the hip. So from here, the most common thing that we see would be propping something against the hip here and then trying to avoid it, rather than making that sway position here where we would push into whatever the object is. Now this works well for a short period of time because it gives you a visual, it gives you some sort of sensation for the movement that you're trying to create. But in the long term, this typically doesn't fix the problem. And the reason for that being that maybe the hip sway isn't caused by the poor technique, it's actually caused by a physical issue in terms of not having enough hip internal rotation. Internal rotation is whenever a joint moves in towards the midline of the body. And in the backswing as golfers, that's the position that we see when the right hip rotates into the backswing. It comes inwards here towards the body. And if we don't have enough of this motion, then typically the body's cheat mechanism is to sway. And that's where we start to see the lateral movement off the ball here in terms of pushing into the object of whatever you would set up. This tends to affect the quality and the consistency of the strike with irons and with driver, but it also affects the distance that you can create in your shots. So let's have a look at a simple drill that can help you create more internal rotation, so therefore you can rotate better in the backswing and avoid that hip sway. Okay, here is the solution, and this time we have a proper use for the chair, and it's to do this exercise. I also have a foam roller, something that we use a lot on this channel, but if you don't have a foam roller, roll up a golf towel nice and tight and try and create something roughly about this width. You can also use a head cover or a couple of head covers as well. So the idea of this exercise is that it promotes internal rotation of the hips, which is the movement that we want to achieve in the backswing. It's the movement that's slightly missing when we're swaying off the ball into the backswing. So the idea of this exercise is to help you restore that, and then you should feel better when you go back to hitting shots, and that backswing position should be slightly easier. So you're going to take the foam roller, and it goes between the thighs like that, higher up as opposed to lower down towards the knees. So in the groin area, and you want the longer bit of foam roller here hanging out at the front. If it's hanging out at the back, it's going to catch on the back of the chair. So I'm going to come down the line to start with, and then we'll change the angle so you can see the positions a little bit better. So I'm going to set myself up towards the chair as if I'm going to sit down, because that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to have my feet around about hip width and keep a fairly tight grip on this roller, like a 6, 7 out of 10. Not 10 out of 10, you don't need to crush it, we're just keeping it stable. And then all I'm going to do from here is pop my hands out, or my hands on my chest, hands on my hips, whatever's comfy, and I'm going to sit down as slowly as possible, trying to maintain my posture. So from here, arms out, and we'll just slowly sit down until we hit the chair. I'm trying to keep my angles here of roughly 90 degrees. The roller will stay fixed, and then from there, we will push all the way back up. So sitting down nice and slowly, maintaining the angles, and then pushing all the way back up. Now, just to note, it's better if you have a slightly firmer surface. This is quite a soft chair. I do sink into it a little bit, but it does the job. So you're looking for a slightly firmer surface if possible. If not, a sofa, side of the bed, chair, stool, something that you can just rest on or prop yourself to for a second. So aim to maintain the angles as best as possible. Keep a tight grip on the roller so it doesn't drop and it doesn't fall. You're looking to sit down into that squat position under control as slowly as you can. Then push up nice and strong into your start position again. Aim for about 15 to 20 reps of these, and then we'll go back to hitting shots and see how it feels. Okay, so we've done our exercise, and now we're going to come back to hitting a few shots to see how this feels and try and put this into perspective from a technique point of view. So when we started, we were seeing too much of this, swaying off the ball, off balance, a lot of lateral shift. Now, hopefully, it should feel a lot easier to rotate and turn and really load this hip, like the position that we want to see in the backswing. This exercise should help you achieve that position a lot easier. Now, that's not to say it's a wonder pill and you only do this once and you're fixed forever, you'll never sway off the ball again. This is something that has to be worked at consistently, along with other exercises and strength building moves for your body to help your golf swing improve from a global perspective. The main thing is you give it a try. Hit some shots without doing anything, see how you're feeling, see what the technique is looking like. Go and do 15 to 20 reps of this exercise and then come back and hit some balls again. Film your swing, have a look, did anything change? Hopefully it did. Let me know in the comments below as to how you got on. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button for a like, subscribe to all content that I've got on this channel. There's loads of videos on golf fitness topics, loads of exercises and plenty of content for you to have a look at. And don't forget to join me next time for loads more golf fitness content on this channel.